I've been everywhere, man. What we do in these Excite presentations is we try to provide value to you. So I'm not going to talk about life insurance much. What I'm going to talk about is something that I did for our advisors at National Best. Because I'd been in corporate sales for over 25 years in the international transportation business, I was good at sales. That's what my forte was. So when I formed National Best with my other founders, they made me the VP of sales for our company. And my job was to try to impart to our advisors exactly what they had to do to achieve success in financial services. And trust me, it's a tough go. This is a pure commission business. So you have to be able to get over the challenges. You have to be able to jump the hurdles. You have to be able to understand the products. You have to be able to connect with people on a personal basis in order to make this a successful business. Just like a realtor, right? Just like realtors. Very similar. And because I was an English major, they said, you should write a book. And I went, yeah, that's a lot of work. I don't think so. But what I did do in one of our executive meetings is I wrote down what I thought would be a way to think about the business that would keep you focused. And what I wrote down on a piece of paper, and I wish to God I had that piece of paper today, because it would be in our archives. Because this is what I wrote down right off the bat. Didn't even think about it. The 10-year dream, the 5-year vision, the 3-year plan, the 1-year goal, the 3-month review, the 1-month schedule, the 1-week focus, and the 1-day task list. I wrote that down in about 40 seconds because I was thinking about a way to have the advisors envision how they should think about their business in financial services. And I turned that into a PowerPoint presentation that I would give at our conferences every single year. Until finally they said, Randy, you got to write the book. And I went, oh my God. Do you know what it's like? Has anybody written a book?
A chapter.
A chapter? Yeah. Writing is hard. It's not an easy task. And I had to actually plan it out in a way that I could parse the time during my week to do it. I had to do it exactly the same time, 3 days a week for 2 hours before I opened an email. Right? That's what I had to do. But what came of it was this book, which I believe is a personal business plan that almost any entrepreneur could use because it encapsulates the way you should envision your business. And the reason I start with a 10-year dream is because you gotta have a dream. Right? What's that song? Gotta have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how you gonna make a dream come true?
Did you just make that up?
No, that's from Oklahoma. So the dream is really that paradise just over the horizon. And you're getting in your sailboat as an entrepreneur, and you're going to start to go towards that island. And the winds are blowing in different directions. But somewhere just over that horizon, you know there's a paradise there for you. And that's the 10-year dream. That's what you're looking for. That's what gets you up every morning. Now, how are we going to do this? We need to have a vision for our business. Does anybody know what a vision statement is? Does anybody know what it is? Hector?
Just, what you convey to your company as your long-term plan, essentially summarized in a statement.
You got it. It summarizes where you want your business to be. So 5 years from now, I want to have 1,000 clients, 10 advisors under me. I want to be able to help, multitudes of people in businesses. Whatever that vision is, you can itemize it, you can make it a number, you can make it just a vision of where that business should be. The adjunct to a vision statement is what? It's a mission statement. Because the vision is what you want to be 5 years from now, and the mission is how you're going to get there. So they go together. You have a vision statement and a mission statement. The mission is the how, it's the why. How are we going to do this? How are we going to get it done? So that's chapter 2, the 5-year vision. The 3-year plan. Why is it a 3-year plan? Why not a 10-year plan? Why not a 6-year plan? You'll be lucky you can get a 1-year plan done. So 3-year plan is looking out quite far as planning goes. Because plans are worthless. The plan that's in front of you today is worthless. Because tomorrow it won't work. There'll be something that'll get in the way. There'll be a hurdle. There'll be some kind of issue. There'll be a change in the economy, in the environment, the change in your company. It's planning that's important. So the 3-year plan is all about planning. It's not about the plan, it's about planning. And 3 years is far enough to at least put together some structure, some numbers, and some activities, such as marketing. The 1-year goal. Well, typically that's a number, right? What's our goal for this year? Adam, what's your revenue goal for this year?
I'm 600% up already in April. My revenue goal just for Saskatchewan is over $1 million.
There you go. 1-year goal. Write it down. And then track it. Every single paycheck, every single commission statement, every single time you track it against your goal. Are you ahead or are you behind? There's somebody who knows, right? The 3-month review. Now, why didn't I say a quarterly review? Because those of us who are incorporated, right? My incorporation, end of my fiscal year, is the end of April. So it's not necessarily a quarterly review as much as a 3-month review. Every 3 months, you want to look at the numbers. You want to see where you're going. That sailboat that's going to that paradise is off course. So you got to tack. You got to come back the other way. You got to, trim the sails. You got to turn the rudder. That's what the 3-month review is for. To do that regularly so you stay on course. Because if you're not reviewing what you're doing, how can you evaluate if you're being successful? The 1-month schedule. 1-month schedule? It's your calendar. It's just your calendar, right? Look at your calendar. Do you have big empty spaces in your calendar during the week? Right? Go see someone who's highly successful. The president of my company, I look at his calendar, and I can't find a space in his calendar. I can't find a space. Because successful people fill their calendar with productive activity and relaxation, but your calendar has to be full. So look at your calendar. That's your 1-month schedule. Your 1-week focus. What am I going to get done this week? What is the most important thing for me to target this week to get done? That's my weekly focus. Now, it might be a part of my year-long goal. It might be a part of my 3-year plan. Could be any part of the above. But this week, that's what I'm going to get done. And the planning document that we hand out here is perfect for that. It's a perfect planning document if you like to write things down. If you don't like the digital stuff, right? You like to write things down. And by the way, writing is a great thing to do. Do you know why writing is great? For goals and because it's tactile. I use my computer a lot for stuff, but if I really want to embed it in my mind, I write it down by hand. The 1-week focus. All of my advisors, I say, look, all of this is fine and wonderful, but you know what? You got to have a task list every single day. And in our business, it's very simple. I'm either closing a deal and making money, or I'm calling a client to provide service and help to that client. Or I'm calling a prospect, someone who could become a client. And if I don't have a client call to make and I don't have a prospect to call, I have to go to my list of names of contacts that I've met. And if I don't have a list, then I have to go to a place just like this so that I can start to build a list. And if I'm tired of doing all of that, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to read a book to educate myself, either about my business or about business in general, because lifelong education is typically the only way and the only route to success, certainly in my business, but in most businesses. The 8-Step Dream Business Plan, hopefully that helped you, and there's some copies. You can get it on Amazon, but you got some free copies back there on the desk. Here's something interesting, Tammy. When I was in corporate sales, it's hardcore. It's hardcore. Get past the gatekeeper, find the decision maker, get that proposal in front of them, beat the competition. When I got into financial services, I took that same attitude with me, especially to networking places, and my colleagues were going, hey, Randy, you got to tone it down a little, like cool it a little bit. Because I learned that in certain types of businesses, like financial services or real estate, it's a person-to-person business. It's a business of trust. So before you start to sell anything to anybody, you need to establish a connection. You need to establish some kind of trust. My colleague, Dr. Maria Lezak, she has a PhD in clinical psychology, and she wrote our engagement program for clients, our client engagement program. And what she did is she put 6 words around a smiley face. Now, from the corporate world, I look at this and oh my God, are you kidding me? I don't want to show this to the advisors. She goes, no, just look at it. And almost everything that Dr. Maria has ever done for our company, after about 3 or 4 months, I look at it and go, damn, that's brilliant. Damn, it's brilliant. You know what the 6 words were around the smiley face? Appreciate, connect, discover, share, confirm, and follow up. And that's our client engagement system at National Best Financial. Nowhere in there do you see the word sales, right? Because that produces the sale. And it just repeats. By the way, it's a spectacular program at a networking event because it works just the same. I want to appreciate you. I want to appreciate what you do, how you do it. I want to connect with you somehow, right? And then I want to discover what's important to you. Not what's important to me, not what my agenda is. What's important to you? Because that's what I want to address, because that's when I can share my knowledge to help you. But until I discover what's important to you, I'm just guessing, or I'm selling my own agenda, right? And then finally, I want to confirm that what we've shared is exactly what was right and follow up to make sure that everything came together. That's how we sell at National Best.